Hi, I'm Jeanette Soltys, Managing Attorney at Atlanta Divorce Law Group, and I'm wanting to tell you what to expect at your initial strategy meeting with your attorney. After you've gone through the intake process and you've signed up with us, the next step is you will be meeting with your attorney for a strategy session. Something that's really important to help us have the most productive strategy session is for you to have submitted all the information and documents possible before that meeting. Some of these are, one is the intake form that we give you in intake. That gives us a lot of information about your family. If there's ever been a previous case or if there's already a case pending, have all of the pleadings already sent to us before your strategy meeting. Also have all the financial information that you can get a hold of. The big things are tax returns from the last few years, paycheck stubs for yourself and your spouse or your soon-to-be ex-spouse. All of that we can review ahead of time, and that helps us come up with your strategy. Now, some people don't have access to this information, and if that's the case, that's fine as well, and it will help us know in the strategy session that if you've already looked and you can't find it, or you already know that you don't have access to these, then we know that part of your strategy needs to be to conduct discovery so we can get all of that information. So once you go into your strategy session, your attorney will have already reviewed all of this information that you've submitted, and that helps us decide what are the possible strategies. Then your attorney will go through those with you and talk through what is the best route for us to take in your case. The strategy meeting typically lasts about 1 hour, and when you leave, you know all of the next steps. We also follow up with a recap email that outlines the strategy. That way we just make sure we are all on the same page, and you can also refer to it going forward if you need to remind yourself of anything about the legal strategy. Some people want to know if they can bring someone with them to the strategy session. If you need to bring your child, you can, and we are a family-friendly firm. Just know that it might take us a little bit longer to get through the strategy session. So if you're able to have a sitter, then that could be ideal, but otherwise, we are here to support you with whatever you need to do. So you certainly can bring your child to the strategy session if needed. If it's an older child who will understand the conversations, we will ask that they wait in the waiting area or in another room that we can make available for them, because we don't want to expose the child to these conversations. If you want to bring a family member or a friend, if it's someone that you really trust and think that they're going to be a large source of support for you, then you're welcome to bring them to the strategy session as well. Know that sometimes legal strategies change as we find out more information or the case is progressing. We might have another strategy session where we sit down and say, okay, now we've received all this information from discovery, or we've found out the guardian ad litem's recommendation. So now based on this information, we need to formulate our next strategy going forward. So it's possible that you'll have additional strategy sessions throughout your case with your attorney to make sure that we achieve your goals. I may not personally work with you. We have an entire team of attorneys and paralegals, but know that I oversee all of the cases. And so I look forward to being part of the team who works on achieving your happily ever after.